They say I was here with Third Movement. I want to bring a video to you guys. I want to talk about how we deflect things, especially with the media. How the media can deflect things in a very biased way. We look at that Israel-Palestine situation and how the media was making Israel looking like there was like the worst people in the world for bombing these people. But for years, Palestine and all them, Hamas and all them, well, Palestine and they were shooting bombs into Israel for years. For years, I remember hearing stories about buses being blown up. I remember hearing a story about how people like that was close to Palestine really was living uncomfortably in Israel. And at some point, they had to fight back, right? But the media won't show you that. They just show you when they fight back. Kind of like if you, this is for all my dudes out there, for sports fans. But kind of like if you look at an NBA game, an NFL game, and two players get into a skirmish. Usually it's usually the player that get caught is not the one who had threw the first blow. The player that is the responder is usually the one that get caught, and that's how they portrayed Israel in this whole thing. Oh look, Israel is bombing Gaza, but they're not showing what's going on inside Israel. That Gaza, and it's not even Gazians are the Gaza people. It's the people that hates Israel, right? They go into Gaza and then they shoot bombs. So it's like, you know what I mean? It just like, I don't know, it's a bunch of mess. But it's kind of like the same with the black culture. When we look at this Mike Brown situation, the first thing they do is want to deflect off this situation. They don't want to show that this dude was wrong for killing an unarmed man. It wasn't nothing racial about this. Well, I guess you say it has an aspect of race, but I'm saying to the core, it should have been about injustice. It should have been about this dude was gunned down, and he was, I'm not even gonna say innocent, but he didn't have a gun, right? That's the issue. A cop killed the man without a gun. Now, whatever happened, happened. Now, you can say, well, the cop was attacked. Let's say the cop was attacked. It's conflicting stories out there saying he was, saying he wasn't. Some says eye socket was messed up, some say he wasn't. But let's say he was attacked. The cop has a lot of other forces that he can use without being lethal. What I mean by that is he could have used pepper spray. He could have used tasers. He could have shot him in a way that was non-lethal. I know you guys heard about the story about the guy in San Diego who had a gun in the park, and he was waving it at folks, and it was even kids. And the cop was out there with him an hour trying to get him to calm down and get the gun down, and finally they shot him one time in the abdomen. That was a non-lethal shot. To my knowledge and understanding, and I may be wrong, Mike Brown had a couple non-lethal shots and he had his hand up. That was, at that point, anytime a shot come after somebody surrendered, especially if they had a couple shots in them, after that point, that is murder. That is cold-blood murder. And the thing that I don't get is how the media and people in the media want to show this kid as a thug. What does that have to do with anything? What is a thug? Define thug. This kid didn't have a background that was bad. This kid just graduated high school, right? But just like in Gaza, they only show you what they want to show you. They don't show you the good things. They only show you the bad things. Oh, there's a video came out about him stealing. Now, I seen the video. Not gonna lie to you. That would have been easy to manipulate because the video don't seem authentic. It doesn't seem 100% authentic. And then the lawyer of the store came out online. If you do the research, you can find it online, saying that there was a scrummage in the store, but it wasn't between the store owner and Mike Brown. It was between Mike Brown and the customer. So whatever that scrummage was, that who's to say the other person wasn't wrong and he was defending himself? right? So it's just a picture of how the media paint people as bad people, and then just to get their agenda across, or just to protect those assets that they want to protect. I don't know why they protecting this police officer, but they clearly are. Now, another thing that the media and then the people, people who are against this whole Mike Brown situation, one thing they want to say, and this is what the video really is about, they want to say, what about Chicago? What about black on black crime? First of all, let's talk about black on black crime. First of all, the highest number of crime is inside community. What that means is the highest number of crime against white Americans is other white Americans. That's the highest number of crimes. The highest number of crimes against black people is other black people. The highest number of crimes against Spanish people is Hispanic people. So this whole thing that black on black crime, that's a farce. That's crime, period. That's how crime works. That's first of all. Second of all, okay, there is a problem, in areas like Chicago. Even heard about 9 dead in New York. I don't know who was black on black crime related, but most likely it was. Okay, let's take these things. Let's put them into perspective. Yes, we should be saying something about this, but the people who should be saying the most about this are the police, because they get paid to police that situation. Where are the detectives that's coming out and saying, okay, well, we need to do better? Where are the gang units? Where are the violent units? You see what I'm saying? You can't put this on black people because black people are killing each other. I can't be judged because what another black person does. And I won't judge a white man for what another white man does. If there's a white racist, I can't judge my best friend who is white because the other dude is racist. I judge people on how they treat me. And even if you are racist, that's who you are. That you got a sickness. So this whole idea that black on black crime is black people's fault, it's not black people's fault. It is the fault of those who are in law and order, because they should have laws and order in their area, and they don't. So this whole thing about black on black crime, and when it comes down to this Mike Brown situation, it's stupid. You shouldn't even be making this argument. That's first of all. Second of all, the argument that black people are having, the difference between black on black crime and this situation with Mike Brown is, this was a cop. This was a police officer who killed the armed man. Like, I don't understand why people can't get that. It's not about black or white. It's about an officer who killed the unarmed man. That's the situation. So when we look at the situation, you can't say, oh, them black people, they thugs for protesting. When the Wall Street protests happened, nobody came against them people but the police. And that was wrong. And I said it was wrong. Now, black people feeling injustice, they want to protest. Now, white people are saying, oh, them some bunch of thugs. And not all but some. And I don't judge anybody for saying anything. But not all black people are thugs. I disagree with everything that went on in the Mike Brown situation with the cop. And if the cat was a thug, if this cat had just robbed somebody, he should have had his day in court. The Batman Dark Knight situation where that dude went into the theaters and killed up all them people with the Batman Dark Knight situation, nobody said nothing. This dude surrendered and he went to jail. Nobody said nothing. He did not get killed. He just killed people. He did not get killed. Mike Brown didn't kill anybody. They say he stole in the store. If he did steal in the store, he should have had due process. He should be doing time, if that's the case, or he still should be here. Now, if he hit a cop, he still should be here. He should be locked up in jail, not dead. I can see if the guy had if he had a gun or a knife, I understand. Look, we're taught, well, in law enforcement, you're taught a force above a force. That means if somebody come at you with the fisticuffs, with their hands, then you got the right to bring out pepper spray or a taser. If somebody come out with your knife, you got the right to bring out a taser or a gun. If somebody come out with a gun, you got a right to use lethal force. That's a force above a force. But this guy had no gun, so there was no reason why he should have been lethal, why he should have got killed. Now, I can understand the cop shooting two in him. I don't disagree with the first two shots. But once he surrendered and he was on the ground and you shot over him on the ground, that's where it's become an issue. It's not the issue of black and white. It's the issue of injustice. The cop went too far. And if you guys don't understand that, I don't know what's going to make you understand. But what you're doing right now is you're building up division on both sides. Black people and white people, we're building up division on both sides. We have people coming out looking ignorant, making black people looking ignorant. When we need to be talking about coming together, how can we bring this situation together? How can we have this conversation and talk? And even if we disagree, we can disagree without being disagreeable. This is just killing me, man. But that's just how I feel, you know. I'm just letting some stuff off my chest. Next time I'm Third Movement. I'm out.